Hi, and welcome to PCHTV. I'm Tegan.
And I'm Michael. The one and only basketball superstar ChickFilA Kelly commits to a D1 school, which is a big step for her. Cam and Jack talk about the team, about their successes, and the future.
Parkway Central's one and only ChickFilA Kelly is going on to play college basketball at the University of Missouri. We've talked to ChickFilA, her coaches, and her teammates.
I felt really comfortable at Mizzou with the staff and the team, and it came down between Mizzou and Northwestern, and it was the really little things that made Mizzou just be that choice. And I feel like I fit in really well and come in and play right away with doing what I need to do, and I can fit into that system well, and then I just like the people there.
We asked teammate Brooke Hilton what was her thoughts on ChickFila's commit to Mizzou.
I think it's awesome. I'm super happy for her, and I know she's going to be a great addition to the team. She's been working so hard for it, and I know she's been at Mizzou a lot, and she's ready to put that work in.
We asked Coach Guilfoyle what was his thoughts on ChickFila's commit to Mizzou.
I mean, that's pretty special. We've never had that high of a caliber athlete actually sign at a Division I program like that.
Even with all the excitement, ChickFilA and her teammates still have goals for their senior year.
I'm looking forward to having a good year with my teammates. We want to get back to state. We want to win districts, and I want to make the players around me better. I want to make myself better, better than I have been the past years.
Finding your goals are definitely to get pretty far into the postseason, just like last year. I think now we have an expectation and a really good place to go to.
I think our expectations are really what the girls are trying to expect and their goals. We try to set forth goals of just improving every single day in practice, and if they do that every single day, then they're just going to get better. Coming off a season where we finished third place in state, you would think the logical next step is trying to win state, and I think that's in the back of the kids' minds, but they know that that takes a daily grind and trying to get better, not only on the court, but also coming together off the court together. So I think that's a big goal for them, is to gel with those younger kids that are going to be a vital part of this team. You're right, we do have 4 seniors that have played together since their freshman year, but we need more kids involved in that. So it should be a pretty fun and special year, but I think those goals are going to be made by the kids.
For PCHTV, this is Cam and Jack.
In one of the most controversial debates of the century, which place has the better chicken, Chick-fil-A or Cane's? Ellie and Jacob try to find the answer to this heated topic.
We talked to students about what they prefer, Chick-fil-A or Cane's.
I prefer Chick-fil-A because of the Polynesian sauce.
I prefer Chick-fil-A because of their selection, and I like their chicken sandwich.
I prefer Cane's because Cane's is less expensive and it tastes better.
Chick-fil-A.
I prefer Chick-fil-A.
Chick-fil-A.
It's definitely Cane's because, you know, the box combo, it's the move with the 2 pieces of extra toast, no coleslaw with the extra sauce. Can't go wrong.
I prefer Chick-fil-A because I feel like it's made with better ingredients and it tastes really good.
I prefer Chick-fil-A because there's more variety and it's better taste.
This is Jacob Weinberg and Ellie Mueller from PCHTV.
Have you noticed your test scores slipping? It might have to do with your studying techniques. Jesse and Lily are here to give you the best studying tips to guarantee higher test scores.
We are pretty deep into the school year already, and tests are jump scaring us more and more every day. But the scariest part is not knowing how to study for them. Today, I am going to be showing you the best ways to study for any upcoming tests. Number 1, look back at your notes. A lot of research has shown that note-taking is a good study aid. This is a great way to review any content you may have forgotten depending on how long the unit was. However, taking good notes makes this tip way more essential. Some notes are easier to study than other notes. Number 2, make flashcards at the beginning of the unit and keep reviewing them during the unit. Doing this helps any vocabulary you have stick in your head. Many teachers have vocab sections on their tests, so this tip is crucial. Quizlet flashcards can be helpful, but actually students remember things more often when they write it down. Number 3, studying with peers or staying after with your teachers can really help, especially if you don't understand certain concepts. In fact, the study shows that students scored 5.5 points higher in exams when they studied in a group rather than students who studied alone. The library is a great place to study with friends after school or during Ag Lab. Number 4, look for review games or take practice tests. Did you know that students who tested themselves with practice tests retain 50% more information than those who didn't? Also, do the study guides that your teachers give you. They give you a general idea of the test, so doing it prepares you for the test questions that you will encounter. Lastly, number 5, don't cram in last-minute studying. As I stated before, you have better chances of success when you study material shortly after learning the information, so space out your studying throughout the unit. Having a planner to write down when to study can be helpful. If you have any upcoming tests, use these tips to improve your score. This has been Jessie and Lily reporting for PCHTV.
Three Parkway Central students over the past summer decided to embark on a mission trip south. Daniel Williams has the story from Honduras.
Over the past summer, 3 Parkway Central students set off to Honduras. Their mission was to which they did accept was to travel to Honduras and do the most help they could. We wanted to know why someone would go to far lengths to help other people.
I went on a mission trip to Nicaragua 2 summers ago, and that was really life-changing for me. So whenever I get the opportunity to do something else like that again, I'll take it because it's cool to see different culture and just to be able to help other people.
A couple years ago, my older brother went on a missions trip, and seeing how it was life-changing for him and how he helps people made me want to go and do it.
Students go on a once-in-a-lifetime trip. They often have a lot of memories. Here are their favorites.
One of the boys, named Danielle, we one night we were at a computer and he speaks Spanish, so we don't understand each other at all, and we were showing each other memes through Google Translator. I just thought it was really cool that even though we don't understand each other, we could still find a common ground with memes.
Street ministry. We went out onto the streets of Honduras in Tegucigalpa, and we bought food for the homeless people there. And for the kids, we brought them some candy and coloring books. And we bought diapers for other people with babies. And we just spent a couple hours just talking with them, giving them food and water.
When out in the country of Honduras, the foreign landscape is different compared to the American landscape. We wanted to know what was the most difficult part.
It's really hard seeing how a lot of kids, a lot of them are our age, and they've all been through so much traumatic things. It's just really sad.
Realizing I had to go home. I did not want to leave. I loved it there. I didn't want to stop doing what I was doing. I was helping these people, and they were so kind and gracious about it, which I wasn't necessarily expecting, considering they don't have a whole lot, but felt like they were giving me more than I was giving them.
If you found this intriguing, here is some advice if you decide on a mission trip is right for you.
Be open to anything that could happen. Something could be more heart-wrenching than you could ever expect, but it could also be more happy than you could have ever expected.
Do it. Most people don't get the opportunity, and even if it's not your thing, you could just go once and you'll always remember it.
Don't hesitate, just go and do it. It's probably going to be scary at first. There's maybe a language barrier. The money aspect of it can sometimes be daunting, but it's 100% worth it.
I'm Daniel, reporting for PCHTV.
For any high school student, homecoming week is one of the most eventful times of the year. Eric Battle has the scoop on the festivities and moments of the homecoming week.
One of the most important weeks for any high school student would have to be homecoming week. This week kicks off with none other than the pep rally, where students can play games and show off their athletic abilities.
Well, being able to perform with the dancing at pep rally is always really fun because you're dancing for the entire school, and yes, it's very nerve-wracking, but after, the feeling is great. It's always fun.
It was kind of nerve-wracking running out with my team because softball's really tiny, 10 girls, so it was kind of weird.
I didn't do it because I hurt my foot.
Next up on the agenda will be the very popular and most famous homecoming game. I talked to Darren Madison to see what the atmosphere of a homecoming game was like versus a normal game that you would see during the regular season.
Homecoming games are different than a regular game because it's a once-in-a-year thing and everybody's hyped about it, and we got to dance the next day, so they're trying to defeat their competition and defend their territory.
Did you guys get to choose who you played for homecoming this year?
I really don't know, but I think you are able to choose who you go against. But at the same time, I don't think we were, because of how early it was.
One of the biggest attractions of overall homecoming would have to be the homecoming court race. I talked to one of the leading candidates for the juniors, Jacob Weinberg, to see what his overall experience was like.
On homecoming court this year, and I had to walk during the football game with my parents and all that stuff, so that was unique.
Next, I talked to one of the leading contestants for the seniors, an overall winner, Abby Poe, on what her overall experience was and what her reaction to actually winning the race was.
I said it as a joke to like tell people I wanted to run, and then all my friends voted me, but it was really exciting. Oh, I was very surprised, but I was really happy.
With a long list of things to do and overall atmosphere of homecoming week, it's easy to see why this week is one of the most important among students and staff. This has been Eric Battle from PCHTV signing off.
Have you seen the hot chips floating around the school? Janiyah has the cut.
Are you familiar with that sound? Is it something that you experience every day? Did you know that 35.22 million Americans consumed 16 bags or more in 2019 and the year's not over? Would you slow down or keep going? Counselor at Parkway Central High School explains the health issues when it comes to eating hot chips.
Studies have shown that it kind of messes up your digestive tract, and I don't like the fact that kids think that it's food. It's not food.
Eating too many of the spicy treats can irritate the lining of your stomach because of the high acidity levels in chips. It could lead to gastrics. Senior at Parkway Central High School explains the day-to-day consumption of hot chips and why people continue to buy.
2 for $1, and everybody's buying it, and it's like everybody just needs to have it.
Yeah, because I will eat the whole bag.
Social worker at Parkway Central explains that she is one that eats hot chips, but the real thoughts upon them, you'll find out.
I think sometimes when kids hear snack, they don't realize that there's no nutritional value. So it's not real food, it's chemicals.
Here at Parkway Central goes through what goes through a student's mind when they consume the hot chip and why they continue to do it.
They like, when they eat it, they're like, oh, this is good, so they don't really care about the health effects that it might have to them later.
Today we learned that hot chips is an addicting thing, and it could be because of the flavor or the cost. Also, that hot chips may not be the right snack to eat. Signing out, Janiyah Elbert.
Are you ready for a doggone good show that will wag your tail? Daniela sniffs out the story on her latest school play.
We did not.
You may have seen these posters around the school or heard the announcements over the PA, but you don't know the drama behind the fall play, Silvia. 3 students participating in the play give us the inside scoop.
I think our biggest challenge and my biggest challenge for putting the show together just has been the timing of it. Typically we have our shows in November, but this year it was moved to October for certain reasons. So just having that be quicker and earlier is just a different challenge to get through.
I think part of it is that this is a high school, and so we're all full-time students while also trying to put a show together.
Probably like the biggest challenge would be like in the play there's a lot of like lines that like repeat and are very similar to each other. So just trying to sort those out so everything runs like smoothly.
It can be stressful sometimes when something doesn't go quite as planned, but everything's fun. I love doing it.
The final performance, I think it's going to be great. I think it's going to be funny. I think the audience is going to love it. There's a lot of great moments in there and a lot of like very just funny moments that's kind of like, oh, whoa, that's funny, ha 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 ha. I think it'll be really good. I think there's we've done a lot to prepare, and like we've had a lot of new people come into our department who are now having roles, so I think they're going to have a lot of fun, and they've gotten to engage themselves more, so they'll have better shows than they possibly have had in the past.
I think it's going to be great. I hope it's going to be funny for everyone in the audience. It's a fun show, and I hope they think it's good.
If you want to see Silvia for yourself, shows are tonight and Saturday at 7 p.m. Student tickets range from $6 to $8 and can be purchased at the door. This has been Danielle Malt reporting for PCHTV.
Thanks for watching.
And have a great weekend.